What really excited me about the project was the idea that we could take a seemingly straightforward story and put a new twist on it to make it engaging and thought-provoking and hopefully a shareable film that will raise awareness on the issue. The script had quite a linear structure to it, and so what we wanted to do was keep it engaging and thought-provoking throughout. So we decided to try and find an unusual technique that a lot of people hadn't seen before. It got me thinking about computer games, actually, things like The Sims or GTA, and the perspective you see your character from. It's sort of first person, but it's above their head, looking down on them, whereby the camera sat about 6 foot above the actor's head, attached to their body, and when they moved, the camera moved, and it gives you quite a disorientating but also engaging sort of perspective on the film and the subject matter. By taking this particular approach, you are giving full control of your camera over to the actor, so it's hugely challenging for the actor because they have to be in the moment, reacting to the circumstances, often doing things that every day would be simple to do, such as ride a bicycle, walk down a flight of stairs, that sort of thing. But when you've got a camera and a massive pole sticking out your back, attached above you, it really throws your balance. We're relying heavily on them being able to compose a nice frame essentially for us while acting. So that was a bit tricky.
The project came about through Piers Carter's granddaughter, who was diagnosed anaphylactic before she reached the age of 1. And it took a long time to diagnose her, and as a result, her mother, Zuleika, Piers' daughter, affectionately known as Zuzu, did some research, and through that research saw Lynn Regent of the Anaphylaxis campaign speak, and when she spoke, she explained a particular problem that Ruby would run up against in her later life, which was that when she's a teenager, she'll go out in the world on her own with her friends, she'll make new friends, and she'll want to fit in like all teenagers do, and she'll care very much about what she wears and how she looks. And anaphylactic teenagers are quite often teased about having to carry this kit with them, just in case they have an attack. And so sometimes they leave it behind with tragic consequences.
I think what I learned from this project, beyond just this new technique, exploring this new technique, was just how much sort of peer pressure can affect people, in particular teenagers. It's terrifying to think that someone could actually take that risk for fear of bullying, or not even bullying. We don't present it as bullying in this film. I think it's more like a friendly jab, and that's really sad that someone would feel that was enough to risk their life. Because these attacks can come from anywhere. The way we present the attack itself is ambiguous. We set up a couple of options as to exactly how this happens. The attack could have come from a drink, it could have come from a kiss. We keep it really loose because the idea is it can come from anywhere. And I think that's kind of scary to me. It was a real pleasure working with the Anaphylaxis campaign on this film because, from a creative perspective, they were incredibly trusting. They really let us sort of take the idea and run with it, and allowed us to try a technique that hasn't been overly explored, and thankfully it's turned out well. But equally, what was crucial for this film, that there was integrity in the attack itself, how they come about, what it looks like. You can imagine a kind of a horror film version of a similar thing taking place, but what was key to us was this is 100% real, and they offered us great advice and insight into what an attack would look like.